Here's my finger.
Here's my finger. Here's my thumb. Here's all the. This is the church, and wait, here's the church. And
You're like, here's my finger.
It's the Krisha and Frank show.
Here's the church. Wait, here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open the door, and there's the people.
Right. So that's what I was not trying to be rude when I said, here's my finger. I was trying to communicate to you because you're on my Echo Show, Amazon Show device.
Right.
And I'm sitting here in my den with my old antique radio and stuff.
Which, Frank, not only if someone clicks on the link in the show notes and buys one of these, can they get one of those awesome boxes that I am talking out of right now, but also they can subscribe to Audible at audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank.
It is a good deal. In fact, that's what I love about the all the Amazon Echo devices that I have in the house. And as you know, I have 1, 2, 4 at least that I can think of at the moment, including this one, which I use the most because I can watch videos on it, including like Prime Video or Hulu or things like that. Whatever. Anyway, so these are really cool. This is the fancy Echo Show device, great Christmas gift. And for talking to the old people, you put one in Grandma's house, and you just, as long as you can get her to answer it.
Yeah.
Like when you called me, you just said what? You told the she word.
I hit the button.
Okay.
Yeah, because I am not on the same device, so
right.
It's
So
it's a little more tricky, but yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of it is if you have the I don't want to say the A word because
Yeah, you can't say it.
But the Echo app.
It's her name.
If you have the app
right.
on your phone, on your smartphone, or on your tablet. It also works. Mm-hmm. It's really cool. It's a great way to chat up the folks. So, and then listen to your Audible books by going to audibletrial.com/Krisha and Frank. Get a free 30-day trial. Download a book to keep forever, and then decide after that if you want to keep the service.
Yeah.
Continually.
And you still get to keep the first download that you like. You get to keep that forever and ever in perpetuity.
What are you listening to things while you're home quarantining yourself?
I have been listening to things. I've been watching a lot of stuff.
Do you watch regular TV or YouTube or?
I don't watch. Well, I watch a little bit of regular TV. I actually on Thanksgiving because I have a digital antenna and it's kind of tacky. I have to like move it around the room depending on what channel I want. And I don't keep it up much because I don't use it. But I did watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on regular television, and I streamed it. And I'm not going to lie. I think our Thanksgiving special was better than what they had on their streaming channel.
Yeah, the online version of the Macy's Parade, even in a year when there's no COVID, is bad. It's poor.
Oh, but it was bad.
Oh, it was really bad?
It was really bad. They didn't show... So I was kind of watching back and forth because I had a friend that I was talking to at the same time.
I'm guessing no balloons, right? No balloons?
No balloons, but no, they so on the television they would show the performers, like they had Patti LaBelle singing, but on the streaming they would show the float and they would show the person singing, but they were talking over it and they didn't play the actual music and stuff. And it was Ross and somebody else like comedy, and it was bad. And I don't want to poop on Verizon and the effort that they put into it, but to be perfectly honest, it was bad.
I think you're supposed to watch that as the second screen. Like if supposed to have the parade on, the big TV and then have that on your phone maybe or.
Which is what I did, but there's a lot of people, like my friend, it was Kara that I was watching it with, and she was watching for Dolly. And they never even showed Dolly. They never showed her singing or anything. It was just two people jibber-jabbering the whole time. So, if you don't like two people jibber-jabbering the whole time, why the hell are you here?
Now, when I watched the parade last week, to me it looked like all the balloons were foul footage from the year before. Because I think it was raining. And it looked like they didn't, so it didn't feel right. I wasn't interested. I was more interested in going down to the basement of my mom's house and trying to find the old pictures from the 1970s Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh,
So
I'm not ignoring the fact that I teased big news on yesterday's episode and that I still have big life-changing news. But I do have to say that the addition to the parade, they had the mermaid marching band
yeah,
in this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And to me, it seemed like because a lot of people, bands and stuff, couldn't travel for the parade, they used
right.
a lot of local, New York local. And I loved that aspect. And I really hope that they keep it when they're
Yeah,
able to do it fully non-COVID again, because
that's
that was
true.
really special.
Because they said there was no St. Patrick's Day parade, so here is the fire
Hmm.
department's bagpipes. There was no Puerto
And there was
Rico.
no pride.
Okay, go ahead.
No, there was no Pride Parade, so they had like the mermaid band from that is usually in the Pride Parade in the Macy's Parade, which
And I
was
saw
super cool.
the Puerto Rico Day parade, folks. Because all these other
Yeah,
parades. Yeah, yeah, all right, nice, nice. Well,
yeah.
all
So I
right.
hope they keep that.
But you do raise a good point. I think we worked hard on our Thanksgiving special. We haven't really basked in the afterglow of it because, frankly, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were pre-tapes that we needed to do in order to do the Thanksgiving special, and then yesterday
Right.
it was we're worried about you with your sniffles and hoping that today
Yeah.
you should get your test results today. I hope so. We'll find
I
out
If I
more.
don't have them today, I might go insane. And if I do have the
You're
COVID,
already
I probably will go in.
you're already kind of insane.
No, I mean, I know I'm crazy, but I teeter on the good side of crazy most of the time. I can dip my toe into the not so great part of the crazy, but if I don't get results, I might go insane. And two, if I do have the COVID, that means I'm home for an indeterminate amount of time alone, because you're supposed to stay within your household, and my household is me.
So we might, if you get the COVID, and I hope you don't. Please don't. I don't want you to have it. Of course not, because then I might have it, and then I
It kind
got.
of seems like an inevitability that we're all going to get
Well,
it.
we are. Yes, eventually, all of us are going to get it, and I hope that the nature of the virus is it has to get weaker and weaker in order to survive. Because if it kills everybody, then the virus dies with
Right.
it. So just science, but
Right.
it has to. It can't kill the host.
Right.
Or so
Yeah.
anyhow. But we might have to work on, a little more elaborate technology, or that's it. The 50 episodes were done.
No.
Because today
No.
is episode 50.
I will have you know, congratulations on 50. Second of all, I will have you know, ain't COVID taking this down. Ain't no kind of COVID gonna come in here and take this down. We just started this mess during the COVID. COVID ain't gonna take it down.
We have got things that we can't talk about yet that could be gigantic. I know you've got huge news, but we've made some steps, some
We've got
progress toward growing the show. 400 plus
we've got
subscribers.
some
I
Yeah,
know all this exciting, and our Thanksgiving special helped us. There's
it did.
a DJ who was a mentor to me back in the day. Truckin' Tom Cookin' Kent is what he used to call himself when he was on WLS in Chicago. He was TK Tom Kent on WAVA in Washington. He's syndicated out of his house in Cleveland. He does a show out of his basement in Cleveland, and you can
Nice.
hear it in Knoxville. In fact, he lived in Knoxville for a little while. He texted me the
Oh
name of
yeah.
the station that he was on, I think WKGN maybe, or I'm trying to remember. But so he's familiar with the area, and he's on B97 on Saturday nights.
Oh
So,
cool.
so I was. You should have seen. I don't even want you to look at my outgoing text messages from Thanksgiving, because
Oh,
while we were in the car driving to my mother's old house for like an hour plus,
the
I am
family home.
I am copying and pasting saying Happy Thanksgiving with a link to the Krisha Frank Thanksgiving Special. And I lost count of how many people I sent it to, but I would probably guess if it wasn't 100, it was close. And
Wow.
it might be
You did better than I did. I
it
have
might
like 30 people
it
that I
might
sent it
it might
to.
be 200. But anyway, I sent it to a lot of people, and a lot of people just ignored me, of course, because that's what you do. But the ones who
Right.
watched it and responded, like TK Tom Kent, he called me and he talked to me for an hour about how much. First of all, he's impressed with you. He says, "Who is that girl? She's major market
There you
talent.
go.
She's major market talent."
Get
So
out of here.
no, he's saying, "How come you guys aren't doing a major market morning show somewhere?" And I said,
I just remembered something I have to tell you, but I can't tell you on air.
Because radio, I said, because radio is down the tubes, and he knows that. So, but that was nice. Some other compliment, Bean, our friend Bean, complimented us the show. Bob Thomas, who I think still works over at WIVK.
Mm-hmm.
He watched it and sent a very lovely compliment. You know, he said, "Don't forget the Bob and Ed, or Ed and Bob." He's got a podcast with with Ed Brantley, but they sent a very thoughtful and complimentary text specifically about the Thanksgiving episode. My friend Dia up in Boston, she wants to have a cup of coffee with just you. I thought she meant the both of us. No, she said, no, I would like to somehow meet Krisha and just have a cup of coffee with her because she's so delightful and charming. And this is a girl that I actually dated in college, and I'm still in touch with her, but she wants to meet you now. And I presume...
Is she saying, please come to Boston and drink coffee?
Yes, she is, because I was trying to get her to come. I was trying to get her to come here. But you'll probably move.
I've never been to Boston. I want to go to Boston.
Okay. So that's fun.
I mean, you can come with me, but you'll have to, wait outside.
Yeah, well, so there's that. Well, anyways.
And by outside, I mean outside of Boston.
Yeah, okay.
You can come with me to Boston, but then you'll have to drive outside of Boston and wait until we have coffee, and then you can...
Yep. Sounds about right. Well, if you are going to move... you've got huge life-changing news, and now I've eaten up the whole first half of the show, and it's time to talk about realtors.
It is time to talk about realtors, and I'm not moving. That is not the big, huge, life-changing.
Because that's what I'm concerned about. You keep teasing me that you're going to move to New York or L.A. or now Boston.
No, I didn't tease you. I literally told you one time that I had the thought that I would love to move to New York.
And I'm going to hang on to that forever.
Okay, I know, but that's not my problem, that's yours.
All right.
But what is my problem is talking about Hutch and Howard. You can find them at hutchandhoward.com if you want to move to the area, if you want to move out of the area, or if you just want to buy a second home. If you want a family home, you can contact them as well.
Yeah, the phone number is 865-966-5005, which is the main number for Keller Williams Realty, each office independently owned and operated. So you want to talk to the team from Hutch and Howard. They got 6 folks on the team who have combined sold well over 100 houses this year. And you notice everything from that $30,000 lot to the $1 million plus home. Have you been looking at Rob's Facebook or Insta?
I have.
Where Dickens...
Did you see that they, as Hutch and Howard, bought a house to flip?
Exactly what I was getting to. I want to walk through the process with them. Well, I think that's what he's going to put on social media, because this is exciting. They bought a fixer-upper. I was going to call it a junker house, but they bought a fixer-upper house, and
it's a flipper house.
And you can see from the photos that they're renovating it, and it's going to be beautiful when they're done. And you could buy that from Hutch and Howard. And also, you might want to keep an eye on their social media, because now apparently, because it's getting close to Christmas, Dickens, the dog, gets a lot of play during the holiday season.
Yeah, so check them out, hutchandhoward.com. Here's their jingle.
Right. Here's their jingle.
If you're buying or selling your home, trust a professional, don't do it alone. From the Sunflower Fields to the Sunsphere Tower, there's a knowledgeable name. It's Hutch and Howard. It's Hutch and Howard.
Oh, wasn't that terrific?
That was so good. I'm glad that you were prepared for that. That makes me happy.
So well, I'm right there. I was
Bingo, bango.
right there with it. In fact, it's never sounded better.
I'm the one on the wine.
I don't even know where my iPad is. Oh, there it is. It's over there.
I believe that I have made a decision that will change my life.
So it's huge news for you. Does it?
Yes.
Selfishly, I have to ask.
It doesn't affect you whatsoever.
Well, then how is it not that huge then?
No, it's pretty big.
How big? How big is it?
To me, It's big, dude. It's like 9 foot tall big.
Okay.
8 foot tall big.
All right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, are you sitting down?
I, for the first time in my life as a 40-and-a-half-year-old woman, am on the edge of purchasing an artificial Christmas tree.
Oh, first time.
Yes.
Wow.
I grew up with a mother.
Okay.
That had zero justification for it. This is the reason that I'm pondering getting an artificial tree.
Pre-lit?
Because the more I think, yeah, I almost said, yeah, bitch.
Why didn't you?
I stopped myself and then I did it again. Why would you buy a tree that's not like, anyway?
Well, because the one that Jerry and I have has no lights on it, and every year she's got to wrap the lights in it. And I keep saying, why don't we just junk that one and buy a pre-lit one? But we've had this one for 18 years.
Are you
right?
frozen?
No, I'm here. We've had this tree for 18 years, and I guess back then pre-lit wasn't a thing.
Well, there is a justification for not getting a pre-lit because if the lights go out, then you have a whole issue.
All right, maybe that's what we were thinking. But you've been a real tree person or a no tree person?
I've been a real tree person, and it's because of my mother. My mother, to the point to where she had the Domino's Pizza delivery man put our Christmas tree in the stand because she couldn't get it in the stand when I was a child after my parents' divorce. No joke. But we like
that should be a Christmas song where about the domino instead of Dominic the donkey, it can be like Domino's the tree man.
I know that she tipped him well, but at the time,
I bet
she may have done more than just tip him. Just anyway, but she had it was I mean hard and fast rule, no artificial trees. And I grew up that way. And when my dad's family, my parents were divorced, but we went out and we cut down our own tree, and it was ugly and terrible, but we had it. And I have been the exact same way. Just every year you have to get it. You have to get the fake tree or the real tree. Mm-hmm.
They say that this year, because of the COVID, there might be a shortage of real trees because demand is up. People who haven't been buying trees are so desperate for that Christmas feeling that they're running out and buying up the real trees. Now, I saw a bazillion of them over the weekend, but of course it's still, that was December 1st or November 30th.
Right. For the price of one very nice real tree, I can buy a very nice artificial tree and not have to spend the money again.
Right.
And I started thinking, why did my mom and why did my family, why were we real tree people?
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I grew up in a real tree family. And my dad, as a child, we didn't decorate the house until Christmas Eve because it was not Christmas yet. It was Advent. Mm-hmm. So we had an Advent wreath with the one purple and the three purple and the one pink candle. And maybe that was about it. Maybe my mom had one of those ceramic trees where you stick the lights in.
I love those.
But she made it herself in pottery class. Mm-hmm. And had a music box that played the first Noel. So maybe we might have set that up. But the big time decorations, the stockings and the tree, the big Christmas tree, we would go out and purchase it on Christmas Eve, like in the movies. And then my dad would set it up and complain and swear and all the things. And the kids would go to bed. And by the time when we woke up in the morning, the tree was finished. But now, of course, as time went by, the kids were old enough.
Your dad strikes me as the same kind of dad in A Christmas Story, wins a major award. Was that your father?
There's a lot of similarities. And I mean, I'll also tell you that the guy who wrote that story, Gene Shepard, had a radio show in New York, and I would listen to it. I was very familiar with his voice and his warmth and those hour-long stories, those incredible stories he had that he would tell for, from 9 to 10 p.m. on WOR in New York. It was amazing. So yeah, that whole thing resonates with me very deeply.
Right.
Now, I didn't grow up in the 1940s, I'll point out, but my dad did. So my dad would be the age of Ralphie, you know.
Right.
And that's, but nevertheless, so he was into that. And as I got to be a teenager, I had to like wrap the lights around the tree, and we all got a little more involved and maybe things. But when we moved here to Tennessee, my wife and I were terrified of burning down the house because we were going to go our first Christmas here in Tennessee. We had to go see Aunt Dee. Was she sick, or we were just going to see her? Was it our second Christmas? Mm-hmm. Anyway, we were going to go to St. Louis and be gone for a week to visit Aunt Dee at Christmas time for a family reunion type thing, and we didn't want to leave the real tree in the house unattended. So that's when we made the jump, and we bought an artificial tree so that we could not worry about it, not have to water it, not have to worry about it drying out, just leave it here, and the lights would come on a timer and go off on a timer, and that was that.
Right.
So that's one of the reasons.
I can't think of any justification to have a real tree anymore. Maybe I'm just getting old.
Well, they make
Maybe
a mess.
I'm just lazy.
The sap gets everywhere. The needles get everywhere. Now, an artificial tree sheds needles too. I mean, I gotta admit, it's still a mess.
Right, but
yeah, that's bad.
But I have not committed yet because it is far too early for me to decorate for Christmas. I'm not the day that Thanksgiving is over start decorating for Christmas. Much like you, my dad's family, we all always celebrated our Christmas on Christmas Eve. Okay. And so that's when Christmas happened. That's when we opened gifts. Christmas Eve was opening gifts. Christmas Day was to just sit and just be with family and enjoy the day. We would go hiking. Very often we would go on a Christmas Day hike. But it's far too early for me to get Christmas decorations up. But I think I might get an artificial tree.
How big?
And I usually probably like 7 foot.
7 foot? You could get like a 2 or 3 footer.
Why would I do that?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. With Jerry and me, sometimes we don't put the whole thing together.
Well, then that gives me options. Sometimes
we probably have a 7 foot one, but sometimes we leave off the bottom 3 or 4 feet and just set up the top part.
Look, I've been doing some Walmart online shopping, and I found one for $49.
That's a good price.
And it's pre-lit, and it's 7 foot, and it's nice, and it's pretty. But there's also a part of me...
sectionable, so you can only put up the top half?
It is.
All right.
It's sectionable, but there's a part of me that wants to get one of those, like, white ones. Like, super tacky 1970s.
Ooh,
and just do a full-on 70s, like, silver 70s tree with the bubble lights, because they brought the bubble lights back.
Yeah, I don't know. And then you have to get, like, the rotating rainbow wheel to shine onto the... That's what you're supposed to do. You shine that on the white or the gold, the silver trees.
I'm one of those icicle tinsel people anyway. Like, if my tree is not covered in icicle tinsels, it's not Christmas.
When I was a kid, those were made out of lead. We would... swear, I'm not kidding.
When I was a kid,
I am not kidding.
The cat ate them and had to go to the emergency vet because it wrapped around her intestines. So.
Ooh. All right, so so leave a comment on YouTube for us when you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave a comment at the end of somewhere below today's episode. Should Krisha get a real tree, a fake tree, an ugly 70s throwback tree? What should she get?
You know what people are going to say.
I don't.
If they say anything, they're going to be like, do it all.
Well, no, all right, but
like,
let's say, realistically, you have to justify it. It's not just... which one should she get? But it's an essay question. It's and why. So if you're going to say
and this is, that
she should get a real tree, and why?
This is what? Friday the 4th?
Yeah.
I had to look at my calendar because we're not filming on the right day. This is Friday the 4th. So I'm probably going to make this purchase within a week. Within a week from now.
All right. So you got to get to it.
Yeah.
All right, so get your comments in there. You can also email us, krishaandfrank@gmail.com. And if you want, you could put some money in the tip jar, and we could make Krisha buy something funny and have to wear it. Or on our head, or I don't know what we could do with it.
But at least we moved on from me eating things.
Well, I still think that's funny.
Oh, and also, if it turns out I don't have the COVID, you can find me tonight in the Gatlinburg Christmas parade.
Oh, really? That quick of a turnaround?
It's going to be that quick of a turnaround.
Also, do keep an eye on our social media, which we're on Insta, Twitter, and Facebook at Krisha and Frank, because fingers are crossed for the next weekend, a week from tomorrow, the Carnes Christmas parade.
Mm-hmm.
It's too soon to say because there's so much that has to happen in the next few days.
I'm telling you, what did I say yesterday? You can't make plans except for the very day that you're in. That's it.
Right. But if that works out, we may not be in the Carnes parade, but we might be virtually there. Does that make sense?
Yes. It makes sense to me because I know what you're talking about.
Right. So I'm hoping, we might be close by. I don't know how it's going to work out exactly, but I so hope that works, and I'm so thrilled and complimented that they would even want us to be involved.
I know, that's so awesome.
Because we're just, we're 50 episodes into the Krisha and Frank show, but I would tell you, it was that Thanksgiving special. The lady in charge of the Carnes Parade, she watched the Thanksgiving special, and that was a game changer, and you're the one who thought of it, so hats off to you.
Cheers. But you're the one that put it all together, and again, Jay Fox, the fox that rocks. Mwah, 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 mwah.
I love him.
Oh, I love you.
He is the absolute awesomest. All right. Well, thanks a lot for watching. Have a great weekend. Get better. Feel better, please.
I'm gonna look. I still have on my pajamas from last show. I just wore a sweater.
I'm not.
I got fuzzy socks too.
So those make you feel better. Those are good feel better socks.
Yeah, I kind of do feel like bunk, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it's just the cold and snow. I don't know.
All right. Well, I will. I'll pray for you to get better because we got work to do. We have so much on the. We're on the cusp. I feel like we're on the cusp, Krisha.
Oh. We're just, our iceberg has just begun to melt.
No. I don't want it to melt. I want the sea to. No, wait. Do we want the iceberg to melt?
I don't know.
We want to reveal more of the iceberg that's down. We want the ocean level to drop, I think, is what we want.
Our bath bomb has just started to fizz.
That's it.
I'm so stupid.
Well, you got to find the right analogy. You got to find the right analogy and a fizzing bath bomb.
I might go take a bath. That'd be nice.
I got to tell you, one time I tried to make a bath bomb. I was on Channel 6 on Living East Tennessee, and the assignment was to make a bath bomb live on television.
Yeah.
Oh, it came apart. It was disastrous. Anyway.
Yeah.
It was live TV. What am I going to do? I'll talk to you Monday.
I'll talk to you Monday. Happy Friday. Have a good weekend. There it is.
Wait, a little higher.
Did I do it?
That's it. All right, bye.